Alright, project update. Carburetor is mounted down. It's mounted down. And so I've ran my fuel in from the carburetor. Was going to hook it to the fuel pump, but I have a dilemma. So I bought this fitting online, inverted flare to a 90-degree elbow that goes up so I can run my fuel line directly up. And this is the problem that I have. So I have this fitting that went into the fuel pump, which is 1/8 or 1/4 in PT, I think, probably 1/8. And this inverted flare is too small for this. It don't fit. It's too big. So I have to go and hunt down a fitting like this that's bigger on this end with the same size on that end. Yay! Got my throttle linkage hooked up. Well, not my throttle linkage, but that's coming soon. This is your gas pedal back here. But that's not hooked up yet because I can't drive the car. Why? Because it ain't got no brakes. But that's a story for another day. So here's my return spring. Does that. That way when you hit the throttle, the carburetor linkage, it returns back to the place it's supposed to be in. This is my mount. It's got a slight bend in it. I need it to be 90 degrees. If I had a vise, I could bend that, so probably gonna have to do that at work. Because these bolts, these manifold bolts, bolt up and down. On a small block like a 302 or a Chevy small block, they have a bend in them. I guess, I don't know, I guess they'd sit sideways, or I'm not really sure. Maybe like that? Probably like that. Yeah, that makes sense. Heck, I couldn't really tell you. But I'm gonna do mine like that. Or like that. Haven't decided yet. Probably like that. Yeah, that makes more sense. Got my oil pressure gauge hooked up and the oil pressure port. That way when we blow some smoke tomorrow, hopefully, we can monitor oil pressure. No oil pressure is bad. That's a quick way to toast an engine. Check my battery. It's still holding 12 volts. And, oh, the other dilemma. Have a petcock. It goes down there in the radiator hole right there. But my problem is the fins are too big. So when I try to screw it in, it hits this frame brace here. So I think I'm just gonna stick a plug in it. So I gotta go hunt one of those down too. But so far so good. Oh, so I hooked up my vacuum ports. So this right here goes all the way this way to the vacuum advance on the distributor. This is a vacuum hose for my PCV valve. And I bet you're wondering, what is a PCV valve? Positive crank ventilation. And I can get into all the science behind that, but it's hooked up, and that's all we're gonna say. This back here is vacuum, because I believe this transmission, which is a 3-speed C4 automatic, has a vacuum operated solenoid on it, and it draws vacuum from the carburetor. Yeah. So that's where we're at today. We're gonna pack up and go home. And yeah, we'll see you tomorrow. Still haven't figured out a name for her yet. So far I've just been calling her the Shetland Pony. But yeah. Oh, this is cool. I got these 17-inch wheels off of a 2005 Mustang with some wheel adapters. They look a lot better than what was on it. But I'm still on the fence about whether or not I should keep them. But that's a decision for another day. Gotta focus on the engine. All right. And that's all, folks.